Attic Nights, Book 1, Chapter 22. Starting with the question, whether he who defends a case or causes, if he says in recte Latine, in correct Latin or good Latin, super esse se, he who is defending quas, those kinds of people. And, okay, what might be appropriate or belonging to this form super esse. Okay, that's the title, and it starts. In robravit, verb, and in veteravit. So something has become hardened or strong. Robor means strength, and inveterate means it's old. So it's a false and alien signification or meaning. So it's a false and alternate or something like alien's type of signification of the words, and it's grown strong and old. That it is said, hic illi superest. When dicendum, that usually means you're going to be pleading if it's in a courtroom. When you're the advocate for someone, and you'll be speaking for them, whom wants to defend, this is said cupiem, which is means to any certain person. Basically, it's a dative. You could put these together with that, and so it says you're going to defend someone's cause, and when you're going to advocate for them, to any person who's going to be doing this, they announce this little formula. 2. Atticae, and this is said not in the compietus, that's usually the crossroads or some major sort of highway, tantum merely or only, or neither is in the pleb vulgare, in the words of the common people. So, people hanging around on the roads talking, etc. But in the forum, it's where they have law courts and markets. In the comitio, it's like an assembly, and apud the tribunals, which is another formal gathering. 3. Qui, those who, locuto sunt, those who speak, integri, the adverb, however or moreover, so they speak in the wholesome way or the proper way. A magnum part, so a great part, they say, for the biggest part or the best part, they say super esse, it ut, correlatives. And so that by this word, they are signifying, it's to overflow to superfluere, and to be superfluous to supervacare, and to be super and above the necessary limit. So there's an excessive amount. That's what part 3 is saying. 4. Atticae, and so, Varro, in his satire, in which is inscripted, Nescius quid vesper vihat. That's like a quote. You don't know what vespers, that's at twilight, is vehicling in, carrying in. He says superfuisi. This is being fuisi, and immodest, so it's more than the moderate amount, so excessive, and intempestive, so it's untimely. If you put them all together, that's what Varro's meaning. 5. The verba, neuter plural, the words from this book, haec sunt, are these. In your convivio, in your party or your feast, not everything ought to be read out, and most preferably, partissimum, the things which at the same time are biopselle and delightful. Delectant, they use it for distracting as well. What's this biops sort of thing? Improving, apparently, it means. So you should read out things which are improving and are delightful or distractions. Another potius, this was the superlative version. This one is just, rather that it also should seem not to be lacking than to be having superfuisi, than supersum, super esse, to be overflowing. So they want to be seen lacking more, potius quam. And there's quam, potius quam goes together. 6. Memini. I'm mindful, there's ego next, I'm mindful of a praetor, of a doctored man, of a learned man. It's still taking the memini bit of the genitive. Me, by chance, I was assistering, I was adsto, I was adsto, I was right next to the tribunal, so he was present there, and there, at this tribunal, there was an advocate there, not in celebrity. So we've got two negatives, the ins cancelling it out and the non. So he was a celebrated man, an advocate, and he, in reported speech, has said thus, he's postulated such, that outside of the cause he was decorating. He was speaking outside of the case and the matter, which was being conducted or investigated, but he did not touch upon the rem. He didn't actually speak about the matter itself, so he was rambling. Tunc praetor to him, still in reported speech. Then the praetor said to him, to whose the matter was, curia, he dixissi, he said, you don't have an advocate, you don't have a pleader. And when he, who was faciabating the words, who was pleading the words, or was putting the case in, as we saw, wandering about, he is reclamasated, he's shouted back or made a rebuff. I, supersum, I'm above here for him, I'm present for him, and to have responded, the praetor festively or happily says, you plainly are excessively here, but you're not here. Okay, there's a thing on VC, I don't know if it's correct or not. VC is a Latin term meaning having been forced or being compelled. So I don't know how that holds to this, but maybe it does. Where were we? However, Cicero, Marcus Cicero, in his book, which is inscribed and called Concerning Jure Civil in Artem Redigending. So in reducing civil law into shorter terms or something, these words are poswitted, are placed. But truly, indeed, or something. I don't know what that next about yet. So the scientific, the knowledge of the law for our ancestors, suis is ours, Q alias Tubro was not defuid. He was not lacking in knowledge. And in doctrine, even he was superfuid. He was outdoing them or something like that. In quo loco, in this place, superfuit seems to signify it was above and praestated, outshone, was in charge of, and it supervited and overcome his ancestors with his doctrines. Nevertheless, it was of superflowing, it was overflowing, and it was excessive of its abundance. So it must have been really wordy or something like that. Okay, so the lobe has got, there's a pun on ad esse, be present and to help assist. And that last bit, it was superfluous, superfluous, and being more than what was needed for the practice of his profession, was what the lobe said about that. Anyway, for Tubero, percaluated, he was excessively cunning or learned in stoic discipline, dialectical disciplines. 8. In libro quoque, in the book also, secundo goes with libro, in the second book also concerning the Republic, this itself word, Cicero places, not rashly, should be passed by, so it shouldn't rashly be overlooked or passed by. The words from this book, Hakesun, are these. Non gravara, I won't be burdened or won't object. Laelius, that's the vocative. Unless I was thinking, taking the infinitive, that these want and myself I want or desire, you also, some part, eloquent part of our sermon, of our conversation to touch. Okay, so he's basically, these people and I want you to take some part in our conversation. Praesertum adverb, especially when herai, another adverb, yesterday, you yourself said to us, I'm guessing, even you, superfuturum, you are being excessive. What do we got in the lobe? You would have given us more than enough te superfuturum. Okay, fair enough. Verabid quidem fieri non potes. But this, indeed, is not able to have happened, not able to be done. Nay, desist lest you be falling short or you're not enough. We all ask you. Igitor, therefore then, or some other connecting word, exquisitely with a keen perception and comperte, having discovered or knowing things. Julius Paulus was saying, a man in our memory most learned, super esse, not with any simple reasoning, should be said, just as in Latin as in Greek. It has more than one meaning, more than a simple translation. We have the tam quam thing going on. Okay, daily dictionary. Gravor, burden, vex, hesitate, showed annoyance, taken miss. So we saw that a little earlier. Let's see, he was objecting or fighting back with words. What have we got here? For the Grakos, looks like it's still in accusative speech, would say perisson. I guess it's the similar word. In both parts, or in two ways, they would place this word, perisson, so that it could be used in either way. Either what was supervacuous, so what was superlative, and what was not necessary. Or what was abundant, excessively, nimbus, and was flowing about, and exuberance. And exuberance is the same sort of thing. It's too much, excessive, an exuberant amount of things. 10. Thus also our veteran authors would use super esse, and others would say it in the place of pro superflento, so that's like interchangeable, and emptiness, vacuous words, empty words, nor what ad modum fully necessary, as we have said above, as we'll place the usage above. Varro used to say, so some would do it as Varro would say, and others thus as Cicero, Cicero, but put the highlight there to remind us that C is a hard C for this use of words, and what as a copious indeed amount of words and facultate should be placed before the rest. So copious amount of things means a lot, and there's easy access to it. Above the limit, supermodum still, and largius and prolixius, so more words define things. They would flow out more than what was more than what was necessary. So excessive use again above the limit. Now with a Cicero, all C's are hard K's except for Gaius. If you see C, it means it's a G. In early Latin, negotium, and what else is there? I'll put another example. Neglecto became neglecto. That's how the C's work. Anyway, that's it for the day.